Okay, so let's speak about the leadership of the ANC. DA Member of Parliament Tim Harris was actually quoted saying that the ANC under the leadership of Jacob Zuma was failing the country. Your thoughts?
Look, I think that, first of all, it's not easy to govern, and we mustn't take away from the good work that the ANC has done. I really don't like it when people are overly negative without, acknowledging some of the good work that has been done. That said, however, we have a president that has continuously flouted accountability, be it constitutional or be it to the actual voters and the taxpayers. I just gave an example of Nkandla residence upgrade. We've had to get the public protector to go and find out what's actually happening there because our government is so hamstrung under the arm of Jacob Zuma that nobody seems to be able to speak about it on their own without feeling that there might be repercussions. We've had the whole spy tapes debacle that has been going on for years, which our president still refuses to actually give consent over and give them over if he is indeed innocent. We'll never know now. And various issues that keep coming up with ministers being found to flout certain ministerial handbook clauses where they spend money that they shouldn't be spending, where we see blatantly that our public servants and our public representatives are not doing the job that they should be doing. And Jacob Zuma, in his position as president, should be taking a far sterner hand in that. But if he at the top is not able to abide by the rules himself, then I think that it makes the ANC leadership seem very wanting.
No, thank you. Look, I think it's firstly problematic to orientate a discussion around democracy, around South African politics, purely around the leadership of the ANC, around the president of the ANC. Firstly, this critique by the Honourable Tim Harris is a critique that we've seen by opposition parties from the time of Nelson Mandela. The Democratic Party, the National Party have criticized our presidents. And that's not something that the ANC necessarily feels offended about. It's natural to critique presidents. It's natural to critique presidents.
But shouldn't they be implementing some form of change towards the criticism?
Now, the thing is, I spoke about some of the progress. The progress is there. It's somewhat unfair that every shortcoming of government is directed towards President Jacob Zuma. Yes, there have been negatives in the media. There's been a media campaign. There's been a civil society campaign. There have been also issues inside of the ANC, yes. But for all of that to be placed at the door of President Zuma is highly unfair. The ANC has gone through its own issues before 2007. Before President Zuma became president. Why is nobody, those who want to dissect the ANC, nobody speaks about the problems that we face in the African National Congress before President Zuma was elected as president. I'm not saying we must have a discussion on that now, but I think there's a need for us to take a step back and also look at what has happened. With regards to the issues around the public protector, around Nkandla, I'm not going to comment with regards to it because we're still waiting for the public protector's report. With regards to the manifesto speaking to issues of corruption, I think it does. There's a clear pillar. In fact, it's very, very clear that we'll be firm against corruption also, flowing from resolutions in Mangaung. If an ANC member, if an ANC leader is found guilty in a court of law of corruption, the manifesto and the ANC 2012 policies agreed upon at Mangaung says that that leader will be removed.
But
and the youth as well. And
your response to the ANC trying to combat corruption in their manifesto?
Well, it's excellent that they finally decided that it's something that they actually have to do something about. As recently as 2012, it seems. We will see if it happens now. We're in 2014 now, and I think that a number of ANC officials and public reps have been in the public spotlight for not adhering to those very rules, and I haven't seen anything happening about them. But also, the problem with this discussion that my colleague has just raised is that he conflates the issue of state and the ANC. I don't think we're interested in what's happening in the ANC. I don't care what internal battles they have to fight. They can do that amongst themselves. When it does affect us, when it's the leadership, is when it's the president. And that is exactly who we should hold to account for the problems that go wrong in the state. You can't have the Auditor General saying that we have 30 billion rands a year, almost every single year, being lost in wasteful expenditure or corruption, and then say that we can't criticize the president. He is exactly the person that we must lay these complaints at the door of.